Hey y'all, this is Cody Canada, and this is Artist Access with the playlist.
Boom, that's it. So, the man who needs no introduction, Cody Canada, man. Thank you. I want to start off by thanking you for sitting down with us. You were like our inspiration, like when we were like, 16, 17. And so it's like a dream interview for us.
Oh, thanks, man.
So we really appreciate that. Just want to ask you, how are you doing? How's the family? How's everything?
Everybody's good. Busy. I feel like I'm busier now than I've ever been. I'm home. I do about 150 a year, which is still a lot, but as opposed to used to be 280 a year.
Yeah.
But now I'm home, and I'll go out for I'll do like a 40-day, 45-day straight run, come home, do weekends for a couple months, go out and do it again. But once I get home, I'm chasing my kids around with their music, which is great, no complaint. Working on a couple of records for this next year. Plan on doing 2 records next year, but hopefully get at least one.
Yeah. You're the tribute artist at Music Fest this year in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. What does that mean to you, being the tribute artist?
I watched Robert Earl do it 12, 13 years ago. And he said, I don't feel like I'm old enough for this. And that's exactly how I feel. I'm 43, and I don't know, I guess started when I was 16, so I guess it makes sense, but it's an honor. It took me a bit. John asked a couple of years, and I said no. And then this year, or last year, he came walking up, and I knew what he was going to ask, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. There's got to be a couple of rules, but I'll do it. But I don't know, it's sinking in. It's taken a good year to sink in. Honored, very honored.
That's good.
Get some voodoo on it.
The Red Dirt scene, with Ragweed and everything that you've seen in your career, do you think the Red Dirt scene has changed at all?
I think it's gotten bigger. I think there's more bands. I know back when we started, we were the young, new guys, and it was the Great Divide, and like Tom Skinner and Bob Childers and all the old dudes, who were my age then. And now there's just so many people. And, and also what I try to let everybody know is Red Dirt music is Oklahoma music. A lot of people put Red Dirt on every person that walks out of Texas or Kentucky, and it's all Americana. But Red Dirt does hail from Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
But it's gotten bigger, and it's gotten more recognized, which is the plan all along, is for a couple of us to lead the way,
Give me your thoughts on Co, because in my opinion, I feel like Co Wetzel's like a younger version of you, he's like a rebel, kind of outgoing. Give me your thoughts on Co. What do you think about him?
I've heard that. I've heard that, and then I saw that. I saw a couple of shows, and it really is the not giving a shit, but giving a shit. I remember we went on tour with Skinner years ago, and I remember their tour manager said, you guys act like you don't care, but you really do. And I remember it kind of hitting me weird, because I wasn't purposely doing that. And it's like, yeah, I guess you're right, because we really do care about our reputation, but we also want our reputation to be wild, because it makes people listen, and that's what Co's doing. And I'm glad that we, I guess, got him off his ass to do it. I don't know, I might have said the wrong thing, sorry, Co. But I see it, I've seen the shows, and it is, it's in the back of your mind, you're still keeping the beat and putting on a show, but you're also getting people riled up, that's what you're supposed to do. But I endorse everything he does. I'm proud of him, and he's asked me to come out and do some shows, and in the beginning I didn't really know him, and I said no. And then I got to know the guy, did a couple of shows, and I told him, I was like, man, anything you want, anywhere, we'll do it, you know.
So his song Ragweed, I think when it came out, I listened to it at least 50 times. I loved it, you know. It was really a cool song, you know, to kind of be in the scene. What did you think about the song, Ragweed?
I thought it was, everybody had really finally stopped asking me when the band was getting back together, and then he put out that fucking song. Thanks, buddy.
That's hilarious.
No, I like the song. It's awesome, and it is an honor. I've never been really good with compliments and stuff like that, and I feel like we're all in this thing together, and everybody needs to act accordingly. But you know, don't pose. You know, don't be a poser. I hate posers more than anything, and I don't think Co's one. I think he means it, and he's one of those dudes that if you don't like it, then somebody else will. Go away. You know, go listen to something else, and that's that. And for him to honor the name of our band by getting you know, I mean, I'm sure he turned a lot of people onto the band that never heard of it. You know, because we broke up for 10 years.
Absolutely. I agree with you. So speaking of Ragweed, I don't want to spend too much time on it.
No, it's all good, man.
But do you did you know the impact that you guys would make on the industry? You know, when you guys formed and
No. I do know that Jeremy and I were very serious. We were very serious about taking this as far as we could. And I remember Ragsdale, the drummer, saying, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? And it's like, man, I say we just take it as far as we're able to, but we need to be sharp. We don't need to be a bunch of drunks, you know. And there were a lot of nights, but when my wife came into the picture, that was where the business side was separated from us. We didn't want to know anything that was going on. And then I remember one day her telling us, you know, that this gig sold out, and this gig sold out. And the next thing we know, we've had 25 to 30 sellouts in a row, from little shows to here. And then it was like, okay, we're on to something. But all we were doing was being ourselves, you know. And I think that was the key, was being honest. And I had no idea that it was going to do that. And it's still weird to even talk about, but I'm glad it happened. You know, I think it's, I don't want to work as hard as I used to, because I feel like I don't, not to be cocky, but I feel like I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to work as hard, and I don't have time now because of kids. But I'm glad that we did it early, and I'm glad that people latched onto it, and I'm glad there's people like Co and Reed Southall and dudes, Parker and folks like that listen to what we did.
Keep the legacy going.
Yeah, and it keeps us, it keeps my music, my new music, relevant. So when it did go down, it went down in a heated argument here at John T. Floore's. Is where it happened. And that was a lot of anger. And then the next day, I was kind of scared.
Worse than I thought it was. Worse than it could be. Worse than I hoped.